Hello everybody, today we're doing a video for GTA Car Kits in this 2016 Toyota Corolla, and today we're going to be showing you how to install this Android based stereo in this car. As you can see, it's a huge upgrade over the original stereo. Screen is very big and features IPS display like you can find in a modern phone. You still get the functions of phone, radio and Bluetooth, but you're able to connect this unit to a Wi-Fi or personal hotspot, so you can access the Play Store, which this unit supports many apps on the Play Store. You can do Spotify, you can do Google Maps with live traffic updates, same with Waze. You also get you can do cool widgets like the weather app, and it will show you the weather, and many others that you can add and customize to this unit. So now we're going to show you how to install the Android based stereo in this 2016 Toyota Corolla. So the tools you're going to need is a panel removal tool, some sort of a hook removal tool, a flathead screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and a 10mm socket with an extension. So we're going to start with using our panel removal tool. So we're first going to remove this trim piece above the stereo. So the best way would be to start from this particular corner, close to the driver. This panel is held on clips. So you slowly work your way down all the way to the passenger side. That. So as you can see, there's lots of clips holding it. Next thing will be same. We're gonna use the same tool that we're gonna get in this corner and remove the panel around the radio, just like that. There's two connections at the back. I'm gonna disconnect both of them. And for now we're gonna put it away, but we're gonna come back to this panel because we're gonna have to remove these plastic clips from it, and these two, so the airbags and the hazard switch, we're gonna transfer to our Android based stereo. So here we're gonna use our 10mm socket with an extension. So there's 2 bolts on this side and 2 bolts on this side. So we're gonna go ahead and remove these right now. So we remove the 4 10mm bolts, and you're not gonna need these when you're gonna be installing your Android based stereo. So now we're just gonna take the radio, wiggle it around and remove it. So once at the back, we're gonna use our flathead screwdriver, which we showed you earlier, and we're gonna disconnect all the connections at the back of the radio. So you simply press on the clips, and remove it. So this radio also has 3 inputs for the USBs. We're gonna wire these USBs into the glove box. So we're just gonna open the glove box, take our cable and feed it inside to behind the radio. So all of this is gonna get plugged in to the back of the stereo. So we're gonna keep it here, and these 2 connections are just gonna drop into the glove box. So we're also going to show you how to wire the microphone and the GPS antenna. So and we're going to bring the cables all the way up from the A pillar, all the way down and into the back of the radio. So one of the first steps that you're going to need in order to feed the cable is that we're going to undo this a little bit. Same with this. So we're going to remove this panel. It gives us access in order to feed the cables to the back of the radio. And then when you're putting it back, this goes in first, and then you clip in this part and this part. So this we're going to put away right now. So here on the driver's side with the door open, we're going to undo this panel right here, just like that. Now we're gonna take our flathead screwdriver and remove this cover, under which you're gonna find your Phillips screw. So I'm gonna drop this panel. This gives us this way in order for us to feed the two cables. So now we're gonna take the weather stripping and we're gonna use our fingers to drop it down, just like that. And we're gonna just pop this A-pillar out a little bit. So we're gonna take our first our microphone. We're gonna put it under this panel. I'm just gonna let it hang. We're gonna take our antenna and do the same thing. So we're gonna put them both here. And once you have them in the position that you want, we're gonna clip the panel back. So we're gonna take the two cables and we're gonna feed them to the behind the dash. Just like that. I'm gonna feed them all the way. And once you have them inside, this is where you're gonna hide the wire behind the weather stripping, right here. And at this point, you can put this back. Make sure that the wire are not sticking out. Just like that. And at this point, we're gonna close this panel. And now we're gonna continue on the inside. So once we have these two cables on the inside, we're gonna wrap them here because there's lots of space. So our goal is to hide everything under the existing panels and behind the steering wheel. Just like that. Same thing here. At this point you can put this panel back, the one we removed that was held on with the screw. And now we're gonna bring it to behind the radio. So now we have this is the USB connection, and this is the GPS antenna, and this is the microphone. So this would be the same procedure if you're wiring your dashboard camera. You can do it at the same time. So you would just hide the wire under this lining and bring it all the way here, same way as these two are here. And at this point you can remove the double-sided tape and stick the GPS there. So from the original radio you have to remove these clips, so there's two on each side. So to remove them, you're just gonna lift up one side, hold it, and then lift the other, and they come off. So we're gonna go ahead and remove the clips from the radio. So this is the original panel. So from this panel we're gonna remove the hazard switch. So you're gonna press on the two clips and remove it. We're gonna transfer it to our new radio. Now we're gonna remove this airbag warning light. So we're gonna use this tool which we showed you earlier. So you basically just prop these two one side and it will pop off. So there's 4 points where it holds. So we're gonna transfer this also. And then there's 3 more yellow clips. So we're gonna remove these, and then we're gonna remove just one of these white clips. So this is the back of our Android stereo. So we're gonna take these clips which we removed from the original stereo, and they simply clip on. And on this side we're gonna put in our airbag warning. Here we're gonna, on the top, we're gonna put in the white clip. And 3 more yellow ones. And at this point we're gonna put in the hazard switch. So you just put it from the bottom and clip it in, just like that. So right here at the back of the radio, we're gonna take the harness that comes with the kit and we're gonna plug it in to the back of the radio. And then we're gonna be matching the connections that are from the original stereo. First thing that we're gonna connect is the radio antenna, just like that. So this is where we're gonna connect our GPS, which we wired earlier. So it simply screws on. There's also the Wi-Fi antenna, which you have to attach on the right side of the radio, and they're marked with Wi-Fi and GPS. So there's many inputs that you can do, but we're doing a kind of a basic installation without the subwoofers and so on. So this car is equipped with a rear view camera, the original one. So in order for it to work, you're gonna take this cable that came with the kit and you're gonna attach it and connect it to the back of the radio, just like that. Then you're gonna take the harness and we're gonna take the connection. So this is the original video feed from the original camera, and we're gonna match it to the same name that we just connected here, so the rest stays the same. We're also gonna take our microphone, and there's an input right here for the microphone. Next, we're gonna take the USBs, which we showed you in the beginning of the video. I'm gonna connect them there. And now at this point, we're gonna start matching the connections that are from the original stereo. So this is the antenna. Like that. So these are all the connections are connected. So you might have a few that are not connected, and that's okay because this harness is for a few different stereos and particular setups in Toyota. But with this one, you just have to match whichever connections you have. And at this point, you can start hiding the wires behind the stereo. You gotta make sure that nothing is in the way when you're putting it in. And now we're gonna connect the 2 original connections which were removed from the panel. So this is the hazard switch, and this is the airbags. And at this point, the radio can go inside the dashboard. So when you're putting the radio back, make sure you don't press on the actual screen. You just press on the black panel that is around it. So just like that. So now the radio is inside the dashboard. So like I mentioned before, you don't need the 4 bolts to bolt it in. It just gets held on the clips which you remove from the original stereo. And now we're gonna put in the top dashboard piece back. So now we're gonna take this top piece. We're gonna start from the passenger side. Right here at this point, you can wipe the dashboard from the fingerprints. And now we're gonna test the radio. So now that we installed the stereo and put everything back, the only things that are visible are the USB connections and the GPS antenna and the microphone. So now you're gonna turn on the car to accessory position. The first time it will take a little longer to load, but you would go into your Bluetooth settings and connect to your phone by finding the CarKit device. You're also gonna connect to Wi-Fi, and you can do it through this quick access button, and that will adjust the current clock and time. So right now we just connected to Wi-Fi, and as you can see it changed the time. So once you set up the connections and tested the sound, the installation is complete. At this point, if your car has the original rear view camera, you can also test that. So if you put it in reverse, show the image. So we also have a video on our channel explaining how to use the stereo and all the settings. You can, if you need to, refer to that. And again, this was a video for GTA CarKits. I hope you liked it, and we'll see you next time.